All right, we're now being joined by Mohammed Samir Kheder, executive editor at Daily News Egypt and a political analyst as well. Mohammed Samir Kheder, thanks very much indeed for talking to WION. Now, this really is to many a last-ditch attempt to stop or stall a wider escalation. How far do you think this will go to stop any possible attack by Iran and bring Hamas to the negotiating table?
Good day to you. Thank you for having me. Well, the Iranian response is not only pending on the Gaza ceasefire talks, although they claim so. Iran has a lot to consider before launching an offensive on Israel. They may be saying that they will postpone their retaliation until the Gaza ceasefire talks bear fruit. However, probably Hamas will not be joining this round of talks as they hinted earlier, because as they said, they have already accepted the previous proposal, what's so-called Biden's proposal on July 2nd. So they don't feel that like this round of talks will have anything new to offer. Right. So when it comes to the expected talks in Doha on tomorrow, probably there will not be a delegation from Hamas. There will be delegation from all the mediators, including Egypt, Qatar, and the US. Israel also said that they will be attending. But Hamas has previously hinted, and some of our sources also confirmed this, that they will not be attending this round of talks. For the same reasons I just explained to you, that they have already agreed to the previous proposal, and they expect a roadmap to implement such proposal.
Right. So that's an important point you're making, that you're saying that all indications are that Hamas is not, in fact, going to be attending these talks. And where does this negotiation stand, given that one party is not going to be attending this, and Iran has really placed, many sources believe, have said that they may stall their possible attack if there was to be some sort of ceasefire deal, some sort of negotiation that occurs?
Okay. As you have seen from the joint statement by the US president and the Egyptian president and the Qatari emir, the three mediators are trying to push the talks forward. I think it now all stands on the stance of the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, if he is going to accept the previous proposal pushed forward by President Biden on July 2nd regarding the two-phase ceasefire, the 3-month ceasefire at first, and release of hostages, then talks about a sustainable ceasefire in the future. I think if with diplomatic pressure, especially that the same plan is also supported by France, Germany, and the UK, if diplomatic pressure on the Israeli government made them accept, in principle at least, this returning to this proposal, then Hamas will have no other choice but accepting,
right?
Since they have already announced their acceptance of this proposal, and that way, that's the way forward to diffuse the current tension in the region and preventing the conflict to escalate on a regional level.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Kheder, the urgency of the talks certainly is being highlighted by this bridge proposal by, and this joint statement by all three mediators. But do you think in the last so many months enough has been done by regional players, by Egypt, by Qatar, as well as the West, to stall some of the civilian casualties that have happened, that have piled up in Gaza, and to have asked for more accountability from Israel as well?
Mm-hmm. When it comes to Egypt, Egypt stance has been clear since the start. Egypt finds what's happening now in Gaza is a humanitarian crisis that's being committed by Israel, because the high death toll within the civilian population in the Gaza Strip, and also the lack of aid, because Israel controls all the borders to the Strip now. Even the Rafah border with Egypt is now under Israeli control. So the flow of aid, only Israel can control it. So our stance in Egypt is clear. We need a ceasefire. We need it urgently. Israel has, as many say, the right to defend itself because of the attack. But that doesn't mean a green card that you can attack civilians. You can attack even refugees and schools. What's happening now in the Strip? I think especially the West and the U.S. in particular can do more to bring all the parties to the table and put an end to this to avoid a further escalation in the conflict.
Right.
When it comes to Iran, Egypt's stance also is that what's happening using Iranian proxies from Yemen, like the Houthis, Egypt have been against such attacks on naval ships and trade routes, of course.
Right.
And that has been...
Absolutely. Mohammed Samir Khader, thanks very much indeed for joining us and sharing your thoughts today.
Thank you. Thank you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.